Here's more wrestling news for March 14th, 2022. And your headlines for this afternoon include: Sheamus says Cesaro is training like crazy for in-ring return, Bron Breakker drops major hint for big surprise at WrestleMania 38, Steve Austin, Karl Gotch, and more to be inducted into International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, Sami Zayn has received over 20,000 text messages because of Johnny Knoxville, if the money and circumstances were right, AEW star reveals he would return to WWE. Released WWE wrestler explains why he's still in WWE 2K22 despite release. Matt Hardy wants ROH to become AEW's equivalent to NXT. AEW gives Hardy Boyz tag team a new name. Damian Priest had trouble understanding Triple H's advice, and more. We are kicking off today with Cesaro, whose contract expired with WWE last month after over 11 years as part of the company's main roster. Much of the Swiss Superman's career saw him team with Sheamus, as the Bar held championship gold on both Raw and SmackDown. Speaking to Dallas News this week, Sheamus discussed his former tag team partner and is confident that Cesaro is one of the greatest he's ever stepped in the ring with. Speaking about a possible return, Sheamus said it could happen, as plenty of superstars have left and returned over the years, and explained that a world title run in WWE remains an option for the Swiss superstar. Sheamus added that whichever promotion signs Cesaro will have a major talent on their hands, and said that he has a lot left in the tank. Cesaro has even built himself a brand new gym, according to his former tag partner, and, quote, trains like a lunatic, so it's no wonder why Sheamus isn't worried about Cesaro not being able to find work. Like Sheamus, countless fans had hoped on Cesaro one day being a WWE World Champion, and while that still could technically happen, expect the ex-superstar to be given a bigger opportunity in whichever company signs him next. On this week's Raw, Bron Breakker made his in-ring debut on the Red Brand just 24 hours before losing the NXT title to Dolph Ziggler. After the title loss, it was reported that Breakker dropped the title because WWE wants him to win it at a bigger event, with many suggesting it'll be NXT Stand and Deliver next month. NXT Stand and Deliver will be held on the same day as WrestleMania, Saturday, April 2nd, and in an interview with Sportskeeda, Breakker all but confirmed the rematch. In the interview, Breakker said he's excited to be there and perform, and is looking forward to getting out there on WWE's biggest 2 days of the year. Breakker didn't specifically state that he will face NXT champion Dolph Ziggler, but with reports of him getting another title run and the second-generation superstar saying he'll be wrestling on April 2nd, things seem pretty clear. Breakker may have lost the NXT title last week, but he wasn't pinned in the triple threat match, which also included Tommaso Ciampa, and it may just be a matter of time before the son of Rick Steiner holds championship gold again. At WrestleMania 38, Stone Cold Steve Austin will be the guest on the KO show, and it's practically guaranteed that the Hall of Famer will get physical. Austin is already a WWE Hall of Famer, but it's been announced that he'll soon be part of the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. In a statement, it was announced that Austin is part of the first wave of inductees this year, and his group also includes legends such as Dory Funk Jr., Karl Gotch, and Mildred Burke. The ceremony for this year's Hall of Famers will take place on August 27th, and with Austin being just one of many legends to be inducted this year, expect tickets to sell out fast. More from WrestleMania, as Sami Zayn will face Johnny Knoxville next month, and the two have waged a war both on and off screen. On Twitter, Zayn shared a screenshot from his phone, and if you look past that he has a picture of himself as his wallpaper, you'll see that he's been harassed with over 20,000 unread text messages. With 369 missed calls and 378 FaceTimes, Zayn's phone has been buzzing non-stop since Knoxville released his number, and we expect the Canadian superstar to use some of his WrestleMania payday to get a new phone with a brand new number. In April 2020, WWE released The Revival after the pair had made it publicly clear that they wanted to leave the company. Since then, the pair have had great success as FTR, but recently, Dax Harwood admitted that his AEW career hasn't gone as he'd hoped. Dax didn't explain what is wrong in AEW, but has now gone one step further by saying he's open to returning to WWE. In the same Twitter Q&A where Dax spoke about being unfulfilled in WWE, a fan asked if he'd ever go back to WWE, and Harwood said if the money and circumstances were right. Harwood didn't state what the money and circumstances would have to be, nor did he clarify whether he was just speaking for himself or for Cash Wheeler as well. Prior to their release, Vince McMahon had personally overseen a change of gimmick for the Revival, which would have seen them wear ridiculous outfits including lipstick, bandanas, and a giant Shatter Machine medallion. We imagine that not being given this gimmick would be one of the right circumstances Dax would want if he were to return to WWE, but it appears that one of AEW's most popular tag teams aren't opposed to re-signing with Vince McMahon. Samoa Joe may be more hesitant to return to WWE, as he's been released by the company not once, but twice. First released in April 2021, Joe was brought back to NXT after being re-signed by Triple H the same day, but was released again this past January. Despite this, Joe is still a part of WWE 2K22, which launched last week, alongside many other names who have been let go by the company. Speaking to Kinda Funny Games Daily, Joe explained that when he signed WWE, he signed a licensing agreement, and that while he owns the trademark for the Samoa Joe name, WWE still has the rights to license the character however they see fit. This is the same for wrestlers who don't own their in-ring names, as when someone leaves WWE, the company can still use their name and image in various projects, including video games. Ironically, WWE 2K22 was meant to release in late 2021, but because of WWE's constant releases and roster changes, the game was pushed back to give the developers time to make a more up-to-date game. Despite this, Joe is just one of many released superstars to be in the game, but whether WWE stays with 2K or goes to the rival EA Games, don't expect the first and only three-time former NXT champion to be in any future installments. Earlier this month, Tony Khan publicly announced that he has purchased Ring of Honor, and a huge score for the AEW president. Khan will personally handle all of the booking of ROH once he takes full control next month, and he may be getting some help from one of his wrestlers. On his podcast, Matt Hardy said he hopes to see ROH become the equivalent of Triple H's NXT and put his name forward as a possible agent for the 20-year-old promotion. It's been reported that plans for ROH is to be a developmental system for AEW, much like NXT and WWE's main roster, but there still will be AEW talent who appear in Ring of Honor. Hardy went on to say that the idea of two brands, AEW and ROH, can help keep characters fresh, as once a wrestler has done all they can on one show, they can just move to the other show and face a whole new roster of talent. Matt knows plenty about ROH as he worked for the company after his controversial release from WWE in 2005, and during one Raw, jumped the barricade after being fired and told fans on a live mic to watch Ring of Honor instead. Recently, Matt had his contract with AEW extended, and it now matches Jeff Hardy's new deal with the company, and although Matt is a contracted AEW wrestler, he may soon have many roles in the revamped Ring of Honor. Matt Hardy is certainly having an interesting time right now, as it was on last week's Dynamite that his brother Jeff came to his aid in the charismatic Enigma's debut for AEW. Even before Jeff's WWE release last December, fans had hoped to see the Hardy Boys reunite, but Matt and Jeff won't be going by that name. During Rampage, the duo were referred to as the Hardy Brothers, and video screens just called them Hardys, but there was no reference to the Hardy Boys name. Whatever AEW calls them, fans are thrilled to see Matt and Jeff sharing the ring once again, and while Tony Khan was able to license their theme song, the Hardy Boys name remains firmly in the grasp of Vince McMahon. And we're ending today with Damian Priest, who has had an impressive career since coming to WWE, including a lengthy reign as United States Champion that only recently came to an end. Before his main roster call-up, Priest was a dominant force in NXT, where he captured the NXT North American title and worked closely with Triple H. In an interview with Vibe and Wrestling, Priest spoke about working with the game and said that the pair had their difficulties early on. He'd say, "I want to see the person I'm seeing here in the ring. When you were between the ropes, you were playing the role of a wrestler, but I don't want that. I want to see someone else. When you learn to be yourself, you will have an amazing career." When he told me that, I didn't understand because I thought, how is that? How are you telling me that I don't know how to be myself? Until one day, I realized what he was saying and I understood everything. I don't know why, but it's hard to be yourself in front of the camera because it changes the way you talk, the way you walk, everything. And the day came when I relaxed and began to enjoy myself. It's believed that after losing the US title and turning heel, Priest will face Finn Balor at WrestleMania, and after last year's stellar performance with Bad Bunny, the Archer of Infamy has a lot to live up to this time around.
Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.